All right, so I want to go ahead and share PowerPoint slides to walk us through the competition, what your responsibilities are, and some suggestions on how you can better prepare for it, especially for students that haven't been to the Cybersecurity and Awareness Fair at Cal Poly Pomona. Let me go ahead and admit somebody. There we go. So let me share my screen. All right, now let me go full screen and see if that works. So are you seeing my slides or are you seeing my application?
We got the application.
Okay, let me turn this off real quick. Technology is our friend. How's that look? No good?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Better.
Better, thank you. So the prize money for the poster session has been graciously donated by the ASACA, the Los Angeles chapter. And ASACA is a professional association that the membership is worldwide. We do have a chapter here in Los Angeles that is involved with higher education and helping students become aware of professional associations that are in the cybersecurity realm, that when you graduate and you go out and you're working in the workforce, that can help you stay abreast of any kind of changes, also give you the ability to start networking with people in the field. And just really, having been a very long member myself, there's so many benefits to being a part of any professional association, but the SACA Los Angeles was probably my first one upon graduation, if not before graduation, that I got involved with. And it just helped me tremendously with my career path over the years. It's not letting me. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. So congratulations. The first thing you're going to want to do is to go into Whova and complete your profile. So the individual that submitted the entry in the first place is what we consider to be the team captain. However, not everyone was identified as a part of the team. So I need everybody to go in there into Whova and register using the general tickets, and you can put additional information about yourself up there. Only share what you're comfortable sharing in the profile. It's, like I say, it's up to you. Just understand that anybody using the Whova, whether it's the website or the app itself, would be able to see your profile. Chris, I can't see who's in the waiting room. Oh, wait, never mind. I can do that. And go ahead.
Go ahead. You own the session, so I don't.
Okay. In the Whova Artifact Center, the team captain is going to be able to add their team members, and I can show you that at the end. But everything needs to be uploaded, the complete package, on October 24th at 10 a.m. because shortly thereafter, we'll go back in there, make sure we have everything uploaded as a part of your package, and then start assigning and verifying that how many teams we need to be judging, whether it's remote or face-to-face on the day of the event. So please be careful with that deadline there. Oh, this is giving me a hard time. There we go, much better. So as the team captain, you need to upload a PDF of your updated one-page abstract that clearly states the learning objectives. So you may have initially sent one to be in consideration as far as whether you would be accepted. Now, if you wanted to modify it, this is the time to do that. We also need a PDF of your final poster using the required template. And then also a cover photo, which is a screenshot of your final poster that you can zoom in and zoom out to fix the box, which I'll show you that how it looks like in the Artifact Center of Hoover. And then for your video, email a link to the cyberfair@cpp.edu or Chris Losh at cpp.edu, or both if you want to be safe. It's up to you. Sorry, Chris, I don't mean to blow up your email.
Okay.
But it's a 5-minute poster presentation. We need that in the MP4 format. And then what's going to happen is it will be captioned and placed up onto the YouTube channel so that we have it in perpetuity, but also we'll then go back in and link it onto your submission for within Hoover, so that anybody accessing the website or the Hoover application can actually see your video that you created as a part of this. And that's for the awareness folks. For the problem-solving proof of concept, we also need a PDF of your updated one-page abstract, defining your proof of concept, as well as your 3 citations that are from the last 2 years. And so usually that's part of what you need to upload to be in consideration. But if you, as you were working through this, wanted to make any changes to it, you can do that at this point. We also need a PDF of your final poster, and all of this is going to show up on the website as well, and the cover photo. And then for the proof of concept, yours is a 10-minute poster presentation that you can still share a link to it to the cyberfair@cpp.edu or to Chris himself. So it depends on which category you're in, whether it's awareness, you're going to follow what the awareness slide says, or the proof of concept, follow that one. So there is going to be a remote presentation and judging for those teams that are more than 30 miles from Cal Poly Pomona. And we want to do those on the 25th. Do we have a confirmation, Chris, on the time?
We don't yet.
Okay. So hopefully.
We're planning on 10 to 12 is what Mohammed said, I think.
Okay. So we'll confirm that when we have a solid confirmation. So what we will do is email a Zoom link and a time for your live presentation to the judges. You're going to want to get into the Zoom waiting room 10 minutes before, just in case something goes wrong and you can't get in, so we can troubleshoot all of that, so that when you go into the presentation, you're relaxed. All the technical issues are done. You just need to focus on your presentation. Now, in the remote presentation, you're only going to be showing one slide. That's your PDF of your final poster. No additional PowerPoint slides are going to be allowed as a part of that. So make sure that you have a good PDF, probably a PowerPoint slide of that final PDF of your poster, because that's what the judges are going to be looking at. That's what you're going to be talking to, and that's what you're going to be judged on. For those that are going to be in person, which is going to be on the day of the fair, you're going to want to set up your completed physical poster in the Broncos Student Center. For those that are from Cal Poly Pomona, they're familiar with it, but for those that are coming from off campus, it's building 35. and we'll be in Ursa Major, which is up on the second floor. And usually you're starting to see traffic going towards Ursa Major. If you don't see any traffic to follow them, you can just ask anybody walking by. Everybody's very familiar with Ursa Major, and you want to set up between 9:30 and 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is when the fair actually starts, and it is running through 2 p.m. And so you need to be there the entire time, so that when the judges rotate through, you're going to be able to give them, share your presentation, answer any questions that they have. The poster has to be on a standard trifold poster board. So that's the 36 inches high by 48 inches wide. So usually your center panel is going to be 2 feet, and then you've got 1 foot, 1 feet or 12 inches on the left side as well as the right side. And it makes it very easy for those to stand up on a table as well. If you have any artifacts, hardware, or anything that you want to bring to add to the poster, you'll have space for it there on the table. If you have any kind of handouts that you want to give individuals as they're coming by, that's up to you to provide that. And then just make sure that you have your name on the poster. Typically, we ask for it in like the bottom right-hand corner, but it should be in the heading in big letters. But always double check and make sure that you've got your name prominently displayed on there. You don't want the judges coming by and accidentally scoring somebody else because they're just not sure if this is the right poster or not. So when you get to Ursa Major here, you're going to want to look at the layout for the room. We're going to be on the far left there. I put a big red circle on there. And there might be 4 tables, there might be more. It just all depends on what final packages we get and who is coming on site and who is doing things remotely. But you can see that this is a very large room with multiple activities going on there. But just always, you'll be next to the lock-picking village, which is really tempting to walk away from your poster and play with the locks, but you have to stay in front of your poster there. The time for your presentation, we allot 30 minutes, but the minimum requirement, if you're in awareness, is 5 minutes. And for the problem-solving proof of concept, that's going to be 10 minutes. After that time, the judges may ask you questions. There might even be, attendees that come by and are just, hanging behind the judges, just listening to your presentation. They might have some questions as well. And if you don't use the whole 30 minutes between the presentation and the answering questions from the judges, that's okay. The judges are going to use the little bit of extra time to score your presentation so that we'll be able to get all of those together and be able to announce the winners at a later time. Some of the tips for doing your presentation. All I can say is practice, practice, practice. You think that 5 minutes is too short, but you can put a lot into 5 minutes. And being focused on what is it that you ultimately want to share with the judges or any of the attendees is very key. And remember that as you practice, you're probably going to be a little more relaxed, which also means that it would take longer practicing, that when you're in front of people that you might be a little bit nervous, you're probably going to go faster. So try and really craft a speech that you're going to make and that is going to fill the time, but also covers all the important parts. And don't be afraid to point to your poster, the different parts of it. And please don't be tempted to start reading from the poster, because as a person that would be walking by, they can read your poster. You need to share with them really what you weren't able to get onto the poster that you feel is important as well. Make sure that the text on the poster is very clear. Sometimes there's a lot of text and the font is about this small. you want to be able to stand back about 6 feet and be able to read it. Even with my old eyes, 6 feet is a good distance to read a poster or scan it very quickly as you're talking, and just make sure that the font is too small. If you're doing the remote presentation, make sure your audio can be heard. And when you're recording your videos, go back and double check and make sure that your audio is good. The lighting should light your face evenly. Sometimes we've had situations like you can see on mine right now. I'm very light on this side because I have a window right next to me that typically I close it, but I forgot to close it. So take a look at that. And for the video or the remote presentations, take a look at your background and make sure that you're comfortable with what you're sharing there. I've got my Fullerton College background. Have some fun with it. And what's that?
We have the backgrounds to send them.
Oh, okay. So
Gotcha.
when we figure out all the timing for the judging, especially for the remote folks, we'll send that out to everyone as well. And dress appropriately. The majority of the judges are industry professionals that are coming back and providing a service to students. And a lot of times they're not doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. I should say they are. But sometimes they're looking for talent to recruit into their organization. So use that as an opportunity to make the best first impression that you possibly can. Now, the judges may have read your abstracts. I think you might want to assume that they probably haven't. The presentation, you still need to go through the work. Don't lose the message or the flow of the presentation. For those doing the in-person, it's going to be a little hard because there's, as you saw from the layout, there's a lot going on in that room. But just try and focus on what you are doing. And the judges, they're going to focus on you as well. They understand how important this is. There is the opportunity to say more than you did in the abstract to clarify your subject. And it also shows the judges that your interest in the topic. Why were you interested in it? What did you find out about that? And they really want to see the passion and the interest that you took in researching any of these topics. So really take advantage of the opportunity presenting to the judges. They're going to ask you questions, and they're not there to stump you. They're not there to be combative. It's just to clarify something that you may not have shared that they're familiar with. And sometimes the judges will make suggestions for you in the future if you were to pursue more research in that topic, and might actually share with you some things either from their work or research that they've done themselves in that field to help develop that some more. So they're there to be supportive while at the same time judging your poster compared to another student's. Here are the important dates. October 24th, 10 a.m. In Hoover, your team captain is going to upload your final poster, the abstract, and cover photo. Also, email us a link to your video, whether it's the 5 or the 10-minute, to cyberfair@cpp.edu or Chris Losh, and no late work will be accepted. So if we don't get the complete package, you won't be getting the email invitation to set up the time, whether it's remotely or in person. And we'll still need to send out the email for the remote folks, what time it's going to be on the 25th. In-person folks, you guys are 10 to 2 on Thursday, October 26th in the actual Bronco Student Center, Ursa Major. We also have a career fair. The last few years, it was virtual due to COVID. This year, it's going to be in person, which is also going to be in the Bronco Student Center up on the second floor. It's going to be in the Andromeda room, and I'm sure there'll be signage along there. But there's also signage in the Bronco Student Center, so you can walk over to Andromeda. And the companies that you would have access to are listed here. Some of these are ones that routinely come every year. Some are popping in depending on their workforce needs. You have Accenture, CrowdStrike, the Central Intelligence Agency, Northrop Grumman, a defense contractor, Deloitte, Unisys, the County of San Bernardino, the Irvine Ranch Water District, and the Inland Empire Water Association. So they're all looking for individuals to recruit into their organizations. And so I would suggest that you come prepared with your resume if you haven't already uploaded it into Whova, and be prepared to give them your elevator pitch speech. But also research the companies beforehand, because if you want to work for a company where you're going to be going to the same location, or hopefully working remote a couple of days a week, and don't want to be moving locations or doing consulting, well, if you don't want to do consulting, you're going to scratch off Accenture, Deloitte right off the bat. CrowdStrike, it all depends on what kind of role you would get in there. So you really need to research the companies so that you've got your short list of who you want to approach first, because 2 to 5 p.m. goes really quick. And there may be other people in line ahead of you talking to the individual. So have that resume ready. Most of the colleges have a career center on campus. Have them go look at it. They'll point out formatting, spelling errors, grammar errors very easily. The other thing is, see if any of your professors would be available to take a look at your resume and give you some input for that. The career centers are great about helping you get your elevator pitch together. These are things that you want to practice beforehand. I always did it in the bathroom mirror. Because I thought I was a sympathetic face to look at while I was practicing, but it's a really good habit to get into, because even outside of the career fair, you never know who you're talking to or who they may know as well. So you should always be prepared with that elevator pitch. And if you've got a LinkedIn profile, go ahead, connect with them using your LinkedIn profile, and you can do that on the spot with them. So take advantage of the technology available to you to promote the work that you're doing and also your career aspirations. So I guess that's it. Let me stop sharing here. All right, so am I back?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow. So there's stuff in the chat. Did we miss anything? Chris?
I'm the most chatty. Did everybody get the emails from Whova as far as your team captain and being able to edit your profiles?
Yes.
And if you didn't get it, email me. I'll just assume everybody in this meeting has it and is set up.
Now, can we get a good sense from those that are here right now, who's going to be presenting in person as opposed to remote, that are beyond the 30 miles?
My group is, we're going to be online.
And you're with which school?
Sacred Heart University.
Okay. Thank you.
My group will be in person.
And Amy, you're with who?
Cal State Long Beach.
Okay. Anyone else that's going to be remote?
I'm gonna need to be remote.
Ah, Christopher. Okay, got you down.
Thank you.
Kevin says he'll be in person, so I'm assuming the rest of you are all in person. You're ready to come on the 26th. any questions about the event, getting there, where you park, all that fun stuff?
We're going to be sending out logistics emails for that. So a couple things for you guys. We will be providing you with parking for the day. We'll also be providing you with a boxed lunch. So you will see those emails coming soon. Please respond back quickly. Right now, we're taking care of all the speakers and paid sponsors as far as their logistics, and then you guys will be done right after we get through with that group.
Oh, in the chat, I see, Daniel, you asked if you weren't available on Thursday due to classes.
Do you have
What
any? Go ahead.
What class is that, Daniel? You're muted. Daniel? Oh, his mic doesn't work. That's fine. We'll wait until you type it out. So Chris, while Daniel's typing, what's the lunch?
It's a box lunch from our campus catering group. It's a sandwich, cookie, fruit.
Oh. The
And then we're
cookies
also
are
giving
always
away
good.
Pepsi products during the event, so you'll have Pepsi and water to drink.
So Daniel, which school are you from?
Okay. How many people are on your team, Daniel? Is it just you? Okay, we can talk offline and figure something out because I can get you emails to get you out of class if you want that. So we'll talk offline. The other thing for everybody to know, just in general, the main goal of this poster contest, is to help everybody with basically their social skills and soft skills, because it's a great opportunity for you to actually get up and talk about a topic. Because when all of you guys go out into your jobs, you're going to actually be doing some of them internships on that. You will actually do posters like this. But you'll also be doing sales presentations or other presentations that tie directly into this skill. One of the things that's really important for you to realize is there are going to be people walking around the crowd from like Northrop and the CIA, so that when you guys are doing your presentations, know that you're also being interviewed. They're going to be looking at your soft skills and, again, your ability to be a leader. No matter what your topic is and what you're talking about, it's a great opportunity for you to understand that you're constantly being interviewed in everything that you do. The other thing of this event is basically, peer-to-peer mentoring. It's an opportunity for you to engage with the public. Know that we're going to have, I think I've got about 400 people right now registered for the event. So it is going to be a busy event. So please be ready and be prepared to talk throughout the day, which is not always an easy thing to do. So you really need to practice your posters to be ready for it. Also, you need to be ready at 9:30 in the morning sharp, no matter what happens. Everybody starts showing up as far as the high schools and that. They bring their school buses. So they want to get into the event as quick as possible. So you need to be ready to go when we open the doors at 10, because I promise you, you're going to have probably at least 200 kids just swarm the event all at once, based upon the last couple of years we've done this. So be prepared to talk to people.
And if I can add to it, I've had several of my students that have gone over to Cal Poly Pomona to present posters. And some of them started networking with the fellow students that were doing poster presentations. They ended up in classes later on together, which was interesting. But, you know, these are all future cybersecurity professionals. All the students doing the posters get to know each other, because it seems like it's a big wide world out there. Sometimes it's not a big wild world. It's very small. And for one of my students, having the opportunity to do a poster contest like this, they were applying for an internship with a government agency, and they said, "Oh, have you done poster sessions?" And they said yes. And so she shared what she had done as a part of one of my classes at Fullerton, but also doing the presentation over at Cal Poly Pomona. So they took her for an intern. And then once she finished her degree program, they hired her full time. So it's just really interesting that something as simple as doing a poster session here, how it helped this one individual tremendously. And so now they're coming back to recruit as well, or share information about scholarships that students might be interested in that really help them as well. So it's one of those communities where it's such a positive experience that as you start moving down your career path, that you'll want to circle back every once in a while and see what's going on at your alma mater or Cal Poly Pomona as they have fairs like this. So do we need to worry about minors being there, Chris? Are there some rules that we all need to follow?
Not for the poster contestants.
Okay. Oh, you're all a really quiet group.
Please ask questions. This is your chance to make the difference between potentially $1,000 if you're a I used to call it a different name, the proof of concept poster contest, versus, you know, getting nothing. So ask.
I've got a question for the abstract.
Uh-huh.
Is it just one page, or because I see the past poster examples, they're like, I don't know.
They were a lot longer.
Yeah.
Because of ChatGPT, we're realists and know that people are potentially just going to type in a topic and have ChatGPT write it. So we devalued the paper by making it one page.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
But yes, if you guys haven't done so, take a look at the past examples. Those are all people that have actually won the contest. So there are good examples there.
Kevin's asking if we can send out the slides. So Chris, when you send out the email with some of the follow-up things, can you attach the slides?
Yes, if you send me a copy of them. That's right.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay. And then if you have any questions, always refer back to the poster contest rules. We really did try and put a lot of effort into making sure that any problems we've had in the past or challenges, that we've covered that in those rules. The biggest one that we see is showing up with like the wrong size cardboard, or your poster not already being put together. I can tell you, if you try and build your poster that morning, you're going to have problems. So get it done early, and that way you don't have to worry about it.
And also, when it's all said and done, if you can give us some feedback on your experience, whether it's part of the poster presentations or the fair overall, please share that with us. It just helps us to improve it each year.
But definitely download, make sure you have the app installed on your phone. You will see updates and stuff going on throughout the entire event. So your app, because you're kind of tied to your table, is the best way to know what's going on at the fair that day. And the fair is also open for another 3 months after the event. So people can still come in and look at the discussions. They can look at your posters. So they will be up there for a while.
And we do get quite a bit of activity after the event in the Whova app. So it's kind of cool. It's the gift that just keeps giving.
And the other thing is we do post your videos up on YouTube, on our channel, which is what you guys have probably seen from the past ones. Just be aware, like when you guys are out there doing job interviews, this is something you can say during your job interview. Hey, I presented this, and then you can actually point to a link of where it's at if they want to take a look at it. So,
And if
There
you
are-
are,
go
if
ahead.
you have a digital portfolio, that's another great artifact to put in your digital portfolio. And again, it's to show employers what you're doing outside of the classroom that's really complemented and enhanced what you learned in the classroom.
Any last questions?
Well, it looks like we're going to be done early today, which is great. I like that a lot better than those meetings that tend to go longer. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody's posters, whether it's online or face to face. And I hope you enjoy the event as much as we do in planning it and get a lot out of that. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody on the 25th or the 26th. Any last words, Chris?
I say just make sure if you guys get a chance to talk to our friend that's from Wilson High School, you guys are actually going to be competing against a high school student for the first time. So should be a lot of fun to see who wins.
No competition, eh?
I like competition.
Right, everybody have the great rest of your day and look for the emails coming out from Chris. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you stop
Right.
recording?